What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So as you guys read in the title of today's video, I just wanted to go over a quick little trading update for you guys on August 31st in 2018. What stocks am I currently watching? What stocks am I currently trading? And just a quick little market update on what happened today in the markets on August 31st in 2018. And for those of you guys that are new to my channel, my name is Stas, and I make videos dealing with swing trading, day trading, long-term investing, and my personal philosophies and strategies when it comes down to investing and trading in the stock market. So if that's something that you're interested in, guys, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and also join my Discord group as well as the Facebook group. Both great communities, guys. We're talking about stocks, trading, investing, entrepreneurship, networking with each other. Those two groups can be found down below in my description. Both are linked down there. So let's just hop right into the topic of today's video. So the number one ETF that is currently on my watch list and on my radar is UGAZ, ticker symbol UG. And you guys that have been watching my videos for the past couple of weeks, you saw that I've been trading the inverse, which is DGAZ, DGAZ, and I was in this one with an average position of about $21.20. So I ended up selling out of DGAZ due to UGAZ bouncing on this 180 support line and popping up and not breaking below that 180 support line, which is what we were looking for in order to add more money into DGAZ. So now that that didn't happen, right, I sold out of my DGAZ position, and now I'm focusing more on UGAZ. And for those of you guys that don't know what these are, they are inverse ETFs, and they trade based upon natural gas / NG. It's a commodity, right? We've been seeing this on my channel for the past couple of weeks, months. I've been trading these, for a while, right? And pretty much how this works is whenever natural gas is going up in price, UGAZ is going up in price. But whenever natural gas is going down in price, DGAZ is going up in price. So we were able to profit on natural gas, breaking below this 290 support level all the way down to 288 or 282 by trading DGAZ. But now that natural gas, bounced on the 180 support, pretty much, confirming this uptrend pattern that it's currently on, we're going to be shifting our focuses into UGAZ now, right? And I don't currently have a position in UGAZ, but I am looking to hop in on the next pullback that we see on natural gas. And we noticed that natural gas is a little bit overextended right now. The RSI is nearing the oversold or overbought territory, right? It's nearing the 70 level right here. So, I would love to see a little pullback and a bounce on the EMA before I do take a position into UGAZ, right? And how this correlates over to UGAZ is pretty much the same chart as natural gas, as you guys can see, right? And here it bounced on the 180 support again, confirming that uptrending pattern, and now it's trading above the EMA line, and the resistance point right now is right here on this 50-day SMA indicator. So if it's able to push back down, bounce on the EMA, I'm thinking about taking an initial position there and waiting to add more money once it breaks above this 50-day SMA indicator. So that's the first ETF, that's on my radar right now, and this is a trade that I'm most likely going to be taking next week, starting off September in 2018. And another one I want to talk about today, guys, is another inverse ETF, being DRIP and GUSH. So GUSH, you saw that I was in this one in my Robinhood account challenge. I sold out of that position about 2 days ago. I think it was on Wednesday at about $37.80. I'm going to be updating you guys on the next Robinhood episode, which is coming on Tuesday, right? And now I'm thinking about hopping back into GUSH if it's able to bounce on this EMA line right here, right? Because we're seeing it's kind of trading between the 180 SMA and the EMA line right here. So an ideal thing for me to put more money into GUSH to hop back into it is for it to bounce here and pop up above the 180 SMA. And initially I sold this one on Wednesday due to the strong resistance point right here on the 180 SMA. And today we saw the big pullback all the way down to about $36.50. So I did make the right decision in terms of trading or selling the shares that I did have in GUSH, and now I'm just waiting to get back into it, potentially if it's able to bounce here and pop back up above that SMA indicator, because I really like GUSH due to it being, For those of you guys that don't know, this is an oil and gas-based ETF. This is a bull ETF, meaning whenever /CL and XOP are pushing up in price, GUSH is pushing up in price too. And we noticed that XOP has been on an uptrending pattern over the past couple of months, right? That's very clear here. I drew the trend line out for you guys, and you guys can pretty much see that, right? And /CL or crude oil has been on an absolute tear over the past couple of weeks, right? Ever since actually pretty much the past 2 weeks. We've seen it's been uptrending in price. It's trading above all the different indicators that we use to confirm an uptrending pattern. And, it's bouncing nicely on the EMA line. And, we saw a pullback today in /CL. That's pretty much why GUSH had a red day today. But, if this is able to bounce here and continue to push up, I really don't see any reason why GUSH won't be able to break above that SMA indicator, which is now acting as a resistance point. So I'm really looking to see if this one continues the uptrending pattern so I could put more money into GUSH. So that is what I'm looking at in terms of those two ETF combos. I love trading those guys. I've been trading them for the past couple of months. On a weekly basis, you guys have been seeing what I've been doing with those ETFs, right? And another person in my Discord group was talking about a stock. I'm going to cover it really quickly now in this video. I think it was APTI. So APTI, guys, this is a stock that's on an uptrending pattern. So it really fits my swing trading criteria, meaning that, it bounces, it pulls back, then bounces up to another higher high. Pulls back, bounces up to another higher high. And, I like these patterns because I like playing the dips, right? I like getting in right around here once it confirms the bounce here and, pretty much selling at the next higher high. That's pretty much my trading style in a nutshell, right? That's how I do most of my trades, right? And now we're seeing APTI is at a high point right now, right? So what I'm going to be looking for in APTI is a pullback, maybe back down to this 50-day SMA indicator or possibly the 180 SMA indicator before I potentially take a position in this one, because I love the uptrending pattern. I love what it's been doing in terms of, its pattern, right? So, what I would want to see is a little pullback. So I'm just going to quickly set an alert, right here, create an alert. Is at or below, let's say $37, because I do think $37 potentially could be a good entry point for APTI if it's able to hold above this 50-day SMA and, confirm that reversal pattern from there, or potentially even down here on the 180 SMA. If it's able to bounce there, reverse, and start to push back up, this one could potentially be a solid swing trade play. So another one I wanted to talk about today was Alibaba, ticker symbol BABA. And this is one of my longer term swing trading positions. I started adding money into this one at about $166. It was definitely on this particular day right here. And I added more money into Alibaba today. I think it was at about like $174.80. I picked up a couple more shares in Alibaba today. Pretty much, dude, I think it's at a good buying range right now for the longer term view of the company. And for those of you guys that don't know, Alibaba is a Chinese company, right? The Chinese stock market has been down 20 to 30% over the past couple of weeks, months. They've been seeing a huge downwards turn into their market. So pretty much all the Chinese stocks are currently on sale. If we look over to the 1 year, 1 day chart, we saw Alibaba, it hit highs of about 211 a couple of months back. This was in, mid-May, right? So that was like 3-4 months ago. And, now we're testing that support level right around like 170, right? 175. So I figured it was a good time, again, to just add some more shares, cost average my position up a little bit, right? Build up some stronger stake in this company, because I do plan on holding it for the longer run, right? And this is just one of my long-term swing plays. And, I really do not see anything wrong with adding shares of Alibaba in the 170s. And, if it drops down below 170 again, I'm going to be adding many more shares, in Alibaba. So I figured I'd just update you guys on that. I added more shares today at 174.80. So my average position now is at about like 173, 172 on Alibaba, something like that. So, I'm really excited about this company. I really like this company. And, when the markets are down, guys, my opinion, that's a great time to buy shares. Warren Buffett says be greedy while others are fearful. I'm sure many other investors are fearful right now in the Chinese market, but me, I see this as a sell, and I plan on holding this for the next couple of months. So that's what I'm doing. In terms of Alibaba, definitely going to be adding more shares if it does break below 170, right? The 170 support level. So I'm going to be watching that one very, very closely. And AMD is another one that I'm trading. I'm in this one still on my Robinhood portfolio, guys. I was in at about $25.12. You guys saw that in the previous episode, right? And this one is still not pretty much doing anything for my average cost position. I'm still holding on to this due to it not really showing a sign of like breaking down below the EMA line here. We're seeing some strong consolidation at about $25. So I'm still holding on to these shares, and there's really no reason for me to cut my losses or just break even on AMD quite yet, due to it, consolidating at 25 and above this EMA line that we see here. And if we look a little bit closer, guys, you can see that much clearer, right? It's not really showing a sign of a reversal pattern. Let's say, on Monday, actually, no, the stock market's closed on Monday, but let's say on Tuesday, we open up and we start to push back down. Maybe if we break below $24.50, $24, I might cut losses on AMD and focus on something else that is not showing the pattern that AMD would be showing if it's pulling back down, because I want to focus on stocks that are uptrending at dip buy opportunities, right? So that's what I'm looking at in terms of AMD. And just to quickly talk about one or two more before I let you guys go onto your days, ATI is another one that I've been trading and watching, right? This is one of my, swing trade positions that I took about 2 weeks ago. And, this one's showing some strong consolidation here under the 180 SMA indicator. So I'm really looking for ATI to break above this 180 SMA indicator before I do add more money into this position. Initially we were trading this one due to the horizontal pattern that it's offering, the support level at 25 and the resistance point at $30. We saw the nice bounce here, the break above the EMA, then the break above the 50-day SMA. Now the next resistance point, like I said, is the 180 SMA. So I want to see it bounce there before I add more money. I want to see it break above there. And it's been showing a very nice sign of an uptrending pattern, which is what we look for when it comes down to swing trading stocks. So another one that I wanted to look at and talk to you guys really quickly is Facebook, ticker symbol F. So this one is kind of showing a sign of a bearish pattern right now, and it's still trending above this 50-day SMA indicator. So I want to see a little pop and bounce here above the EMA line before I do add more money into Facebook. But again, it's kind of in a wedge pattern right now, and we can see that right here, right? A little wedge pattern. It's pushing down in price, making a lower high, right? The high here is at 187. The high here is at about 180. And, we can see that pattern right now. So I want to see the break out of this wedge before I do add more money into Facebook. So that's pretty much this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Again, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and join those two communities down below, the Discord group as well as the Facebook group. Both are down below in my description box. And make sure to do your own research when it comes down to investing and trading in the stock market. Do not buy or sell based off of my opinion or anybody else's out there, because that's not how you're going to become a self-sufficient trader over time. And that's the whole entire idea of this channel. So I hope everybody out there has a great weekend. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.